You cannot be what you can't see. Now, that is a straightforward saying that I heard early on, and it's true. When you're thinking about going into a hard field like medicine, I'm in pediatric hand surgery, for example. If you don't see somebody like yourself in that field, you don't really believe it. You develop imposter syndrome early, and so you don't really trust that you really have that capability, that you're going to really sacrifice years of your life, money, like time, right? All these things that come into play when you want to enter the field of medicine. And so you can't be what you can't see is a really straightforward concept that you have to not only try to overcome, but try to solve that problem, right? You want to find someone like yourself. And so I did that early on. I did that when I was a pre-med student. I met Latino neurosurgery residents that were at a pre-med conference, and I was able to talk to them and see them and say, hey, you guys are real people. I can be like you. You're Latino. You're originally from Mexico. I met Alfredo Quiñones Hinojosa, which is, he's a neurosurgeon. He went from picking strawberries in the field to picking the brain, he likes to say. And that's crazy, right? He went from crossing the border, going to community college, going to UC Berkeley, going to UCSF, becoming the chair of neurosurgery at Mayo Clinic in Florida. It's an amazing story that I got to see. And so that's when I was on social media early on in 2018. I was like, social media, like you have all these influencer doctors wearing handbags. I was like, this is not real life. And so that's why I was involved really early in social media. Well, not that early, but fairly early. And I really love seeing Latinos, particularly in medicine. There's few of us. 6% is not enough. It's 6.9% of doctors in the United States are Latino compared to 40%, almost 40% of the population in California, and 19% in the United States. And that's where, you have to be able to go out into your local community. Social media is an avenue, but you have to meet a person in real life to fill that concept in your brain, that you can't be what you can't see. And you have to really go above and beyond to check that box off so you can tell yourself, actually, I've seen that person do it. I can do it. I can solve this problem. I can get there. I can see myself getting to that endpoint. And it's not easy. It's not just, there's mentoring. There is the resources that you look for. There's so many different key points that you have to check off, but this is one of them that I think is very important. You have to go above and beyond to figure out that issue for yourself, for your mind, for your mental health, to tell yourself that this is something that I could potentially do. And you're not going into something and constantly questioning yourself. Well, I don't know if I can do it. Well, I don't know if I can do it. Then in your mind, you're like, actually, this person did it, and he came from an underserved background, and he was able to figure it out, and he pushed through, and it was hard, but he got there. He or she got there. And that's where I really encourage all Latinos, Latinas, any underserved and underrepresented minority, and any disadvantaged student to go above and beyond and check that box off for yourself. No one else is going to do it. You're going to have to go. And for that pre-med conference, after the pre-med conference, I actually walked, no one else was approaching them. And I remember going at the end of the conference and waiting for them to take some time to speak with them. And so that makes a big difference when you go above and beyond and not just passively taking the information. Oh, I saw Dr. Alfredo Quiñones at the conference. No, I actually went up to him and I spoke with him, and I got to ask him a few questions, and it made me realize, he was a real person, not just this, famous surgeon, but someone that had been through it to get to that point. And same thing with social media. Just because you see someone on social media, the fools in medicine, other Latinos, like just because you're seeing them and passively taking it in, that's different. Like you still want to be able to meet a real Latino physician, someone who is there in person, who's doing the work. And that is what will provide you true inspiration, in my opinion, and inspiration that you can feel in your corazón, in your heart, to move forward and to commit to something that you think is valuable, that you can contribute to the world. So medicine is a fantastic field. It has a lot of challenges, but we're facing a severe shortage in the United States, and even worse with the low amount of minorities that we have in medicine, especially for underserved areas where we have shortages across the United States. That's it. All right. Have a good day. Bye.